Go through it and it will lead you to an entrance to the sewers. Not the sewer entrance. It's not the main entrance to the sewers, dude. Oh, and poor Leon. Nobody respects him in this game. I love Mr. Kennedy, but he does get shit on just constantly in this game, and he even calls it out later on in a really funny scene. So this is about how far I got in the last recording session when I was like, oh god, I forgot the fucking gun upgrade. And this is why. Because you can use the burst fire, oh, excuse me, sorry, I'm gonna barf, and the pistol to completely ruin these two doggos. So you're gonna grab this, right, and you're gonna whip around really quick. There we go. And you can see as they're falling over, they're taking damage. Which is great, because that's how you kill Cerberus dogs. And nice, and now we're going to go down to the sewers. This is technically the sewage disposal area, not the sewers proper. It's one of those things where it's like, this is obviously a gross, yucky, gross. A design element where it's like, this section coming up is supposed to bridge the gap between the precinct and the sewers. And this is a puzzle element I kind of don't like. It shows up in Claire's game too. You need to partially solve this puzzle coming up. And the way Resident Evil games usually work is when there's a puzzle preventing you from going to the next major area, you collect all of the puzzle elements in the first area to solve the puzzle to get you into the next area. But the only way to progress in this game is to partially solve this puzzle by putting in... Whoops. Leon. By putting in at least one of the chest plugs. And then leaving. Which is something that I could definitely... It actually made me get stuck the first time I played through the game. Because I was like, what the fuck, man? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? It's like, meet Ada down here. And there you go. You're supposed to... If you walk out that door without...
I don't think I've introduced myself yet.
Solving the puzzle, you don't need
I'm with
it.
the RPD.
God, she doesn't care, man.
It's a dead end.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Are you Chief Irons?
Yes, that's me. And just who are you? No, don't bother telling me. It makes no difference. You'll end up just like all the others. That's the mayor's daughter. I was told to look after her. But I failed, miserably. Just look at her. She was a true beauty. Her skin nothing short of perfection. But it will soon putrefy, and she will turn into a zombie within the hour, like all the others.
There must be some way to stop it.
In a manner of speaking, there is. Either by putting a bullet through her brain, or by decapitating her completely. And to think that taxidermy used to be my hobby. But no longer. Please. I'd really like to be alone now.
Oh, God, Irons, you're such a fucking pile of shit. I find it interesting in this game that, barring Leon, and to a lesser extent Marvin, most of the male characters in this game, well, the major male NPCs, Irons and Birkin, are kind of pieces of shit. And I think that's a very interesting thing. I like it a lot. I like the writing. Also, Iron says something that we should discuss here in a second. Must be nothing over there. Here, I'll just turn on the light really quick and make sure. It's a little girl!
Ah! Wait. Let me go! Easy, easy there. I'm not a zombie. You're safe now. Leon, come in. I found the girl. And I've cleared the wreckage that was blocking the corridor.
Got it.
My name's Claire. What's yours?
Sherry.
Do you know where your parents are?
They both work at the Umbrella Chemical Plant, near the city limits.
The chemical plant? Then, what are you doing here?
My mom called and told me to go to the police station because it was too dangerous to stay at home.
From the look of things, I'd say she was probably right. But it's dangerous here as well. You'd better come with me.
But there's something out there. I don't know what it is, but I saw it. Much larger than any of those zombies. And it's coming after me.
What was that?
That's what I was telling you about. It's here.
Sherry, wait!
Secretary's Diary B. You remember when I said I think my boss is going to kill me? Turns out I was totally right. Yeah, it's just a first aid spray. We don't need that. So, the way Irons describes it, it makes it sound like these zombies are classic Romero zombies. When, in fact, they are not. These zombies can be killed by blunt force trauma and bullets. And they can also bleed, which is very, very fascinating in the context of zombie fiction, because it kind of implies that, like, when you kill a zombie, they bleed out. That's how you know they die, because of the pool of blood underneath them.
Chief?
So it seems like the game is implying that there's some semblance of life, or at least biological respiration, in the. I don't need that right now. In the zombies' bodies, and like the G virus, like the T virus. That's how those guys work. Is they can bleed out and they can get killed by blunt force trauma, etc. and so forth.
How cute. That little girl must have dropped this. I think I'll hold on to it for her.
How polite of you, Ada. Alright, now we're playing as Ada Wong. And like I said, Ada is amazing, and I love her, and she's the best, and she's just so great, and I can't say enough good things about Ada Wong. She's packing heat, and her pistol fires a little bit faster than Leon's. So you can kind of get into this really nice rhythm of just nuking dudes. When you're playing this section as Sherry, it's a little more difficult to go through because she has no offensive capabilities, but the zombies usually leave her alone. We'll see that later. So this is something I brought up in my previous recording. But basically, Ada has an interesting way of holding her pistol, and that is, let me see if I can get the camera angle right here. That is like this. She holds it at about a little more than a 45-degree angle. And that's interesting. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. That's interesting because anyone who's played the beginning part of Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, will recognize that. That's how the troopers in that game who storm the hospital hold their SMGs. And I think I will double check and put it in post to make sure that I was right. But I think that is how Chinese special forces hold their pistols. This is the same puzzle as we saw in Resident Evil 0, except it's less complicated because there's no gate that you have to move. All you have to do is just set these 3 crates in place, raise the water up, and then run over here. Now, I don't know how you would know the key is over here without precognition, because there's no camera angle that shows the glimmer of the key on that shelf. So, it's just one of those things. I don't think... I mean, Resident Evil 2's puzzle design and level layout are really good, but I don't think it's the best in the series. I think there are a couple of parts in this game where you just have to kind of intuitively know that there is a puzzle element you need to resolve.
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
What? Ada, wait!
Well, the girls have done all sorts of stuff. Leon now has a new key. So yay for that. Oh god. Oh god, I forgot about you. No, just leave me alone. Just no, please. Oh god, don't be poisoned. Okay. I will take yellow caution over poison any day. Now we're running back to the basement of the police station, which I guess technically we still are in. I guess technically we're still in the basement of the police. Oh, excuse me, doggies. No, bad dogs. But this is like the basement. This is what I consider to be the basement proper. I feel like there's going to be some bullshit. It's bullshit! Just shoot everything. Just fire at everything. Oh god. Come on, man. Come on. No when you're not wanted here. Oh, there's 2 lickers in here. I'm probably gonna fuck this up. If you want the extra inventory slots or the SMG, you need to do this. So after you've cleared out the liquors, run over here and grab the red key card. So this room is actually really awesome in the other scenario. Because it's full of zombies and they're all like dead on the ground, and you're like, and then you run past one of those little slots in the wall, and the door starts to creak open, and you're like, and then the zombies are just everywhere, and you're like, oh no! It's pretty cool. I really like I like that little touch. That's a fun little scene. Nice. So if you took anything from the lockers in this room as Claire, they're not going to be here as Leon. I don't... This is what makes the side trip worth it. I don't take anything as Claire. I leave it all for Leon. I also don't use any of the 2-slot weapons because they lower your rank by an entire letter grade. So we're going to leave the submachine gun where it is. But we are going to take the side pack because that completely ruins the difficulty curve for Leon. Nice. And you can see his model change. He's got a little side pouch right there. We are done with the basement.